Hello and welcome to a series of videos on Jagged Alliance 2, in which I hope to show you what this game is all about. You may have heard of this game before, but it's actually kind of difficult to play, so I hope that these series of videos will help you if you're interested, or will be entertaining if you have already played the game. These are the difficulty options. There are quite a few. We'll be going through each of them. This is the master difficulty level, which controls how many enemies you will face and how they will behave, what type of enemies there will be. It goes from novice to experienced to expert to insane. Insane is very difficult. Expert is also very difficult. Experienced is very manageable. I think I like to play on this difficulty setting. Novice is not really worth considering. Max IMP characters, so this is a tactical RPG in which you have to hire mercenaries and you have to pay them every day a certain amount of money, but you can also hire some mercenaries that you sort of make yourself, and this controls how many you can make. We're gonna stick to one. These mercs cost a one-time fee, so they're very useful because you don't have to pay them. Skill traits are going to be new game style, sci-fi, extra difficulty. I will put on Iron Man. This makes it so you cannot save during the combat. If there are enemies on the sector, you can't save. New chance to hit system will be on. It makes the game more interesting. Inventory attachments new. Progress speed of item choices controls how fast enemies get new items. It's going to be normal. It goes from very fast to very slow, but these settings they can make the game more difficult, more interesting if you know what you're doing, but we're just going to leave it on normal. Available arsenal is going to be tons of guns, and it does have a ton of guns. Enemies drop all items will be off. Weapon overheating will be on. It makes the game more interesting. Food system will be off. I'm not really sure what it does. Max squad size 8 is good. We won't have that many, but it's good to have the options if you get an escort or something. Bobby Ray quality, I will put it on 3 because in the previous versions of this mod it used to be, I think it began on 5. But now they set it to 2 and I like 3 at least. Improved interrupt system will be on. And inventory manipulation costs action points will be on as well. And let's start. The game warns you that you have chosen Iron Man. That's okay though. And also experienced. I will skip the cutscenes. This is the laptop interface. I'm just gonna shut this down for a second. So this is where the game is set. This is an island called Arulco. These are the cities which we have to take. Each city has a mine, which when captured gives us a daily income. There are also militia in the game, which defend the cities, because the enemy will send counterattacks. There are also mobile militia, which are like militia, but they can walk around, sort of. There's a helicopter, which we will get by doing a quest, and also we have to defeat SAM sites, otherwise we will get shot down. And this is the item filter, which shows the items on the map. Obviously there are no items currently on the map. There are also sub-levels, but I don't know if we'll even get there. This button here controls the options. There are quite a few. I've already set it up the way I want it. You can save, load and quit the game, and also set the volume. There's music, but I will be shutting it up. Here it shows how much money we have. We have $35,000. We have a daily income of 0 because we have no mines. We have a daily expense of 0 as well because we have no mercs. This controls how fast the game goes. Currently we can't fast forward anywhere because we have no mercs. This is where we are or will be, and this is the time. And this is the message log. We can press V and it shows some info, which version I'm playing, experienced, Bobby Ray quality, progress speed, and so on. It also displays current and max progress. this is how far you are in the game, and it controls which guns you can buy at the shop, which we will get to later. Much later, actually. We will start in Omerta, where we have to contact some rebels. So, you didn't see the cutscenes, but the story goes we have been hired by Enrico Civaldori and we have to take over Arulco for him, from the queen, who used to be his wife before he was framed for murder, and so on. It doesn't really matter, the story is completely irrelevant. So here we have some spam from a mercenary company. How did they know we need mercenaries? I don't know. They give us an activation code and we can go to their website. We will do that now and enter the code. And this lets us create one character, which we will pay a one-time fee for. I will be Freedom, because that is what we are hoping to achieve for Arulco. Appearance. I will be this guy.
Time for the enemy to say its prayers.
The voices are all kind of not great, I guess, so I'll just take this one. And I will have black hair, pasty white skin, black shirt, and green pants. That's good. That is me. Here you can pick a trait for your character. I will be assertive because it gives you a bonus on training militia, which is very important. Here you can pick a disability. All of these are real disabilities, except non-swimmer, which is not a disability at all. So it's always worth picking that one. Picking a disability, you don't have to, but if you do, you get extra points to spend later. Now we get to pick a major trait. You have 3 points and 2 screens to spend them on. So you can go none here and 3 on the other screen. You can go 1 here and 2 on the other screen. Or you can go 2 here and 1 on the other screen. We are going to go with a marksman because this gives us some bonuses for rifles. And what this game considers to be rifles is very generous. So we're going to go with that. And these are the minor traits, which also give you some bonuses. We are going to go with teaching, which again gives you a bonus to teaching militia. Training militia, I mean. And also scouting, which among other things gives you, it tells you how many enemies are in the sectors next to yours. And now we get to set our attributes. So we will just go to 85, which is the maximum. And we will reduce explosives, which we don't need, and mechanical, which we also don't need, to 0. And set wisdom to maximum, and marksmanship as high as it goes. So these should be obvious. Wisdom controls how fast you learn stuff, skills and so it's a really good idea to set it to maximum. Strength is how much you can carry and how strong you are. Agility controls how many action points you have, among other things. Dexterity controls how well you do at manipulating things. Health is hit points. If you don't spend your bonus points, you can increase your starting level. The level increases everything. So the higher level you are, the better you are at things, regardless of your skill or attributes. And we are done. That's it. This costs 3,000, which is very cheap actually. And now we are going to hire a merc. Well, we can look at here. So this is the merc we made. This is the personnel manager tab. So now we have to hire another one. Well, we don't have to, but we will. And here we have 2 pages of mercs. These are all pre-made. They all have their own personalities and voices. We will take Wolf because he can come with a kit which has a very good weapon, a submachine gun with a scope, and we really need that scope so we can hit things. We can contact him.
Wolf here. What kind of time frame do you have in mind?
So I will hire him for 1 day, and I will buy his equipment, so he will leave it when he leaves.
Can't wait to get there.
Okay, that's it. We have 21,000 left, which we will spend later. So we will arrive in Omerta in the morning tomorrow. So let's do that.
Countryside looks a little too damn quiet for my liking. I say we find this Miguel dude and anchor down. Enemies have been detected
So
in
this
this
is
area.
Jagged Alliance 2, the sector map. We will just run into this house very quickly and exchange weapons because I want to have the better weapon. And the reason for that is that obviously it gives you XP points every time
Time for
you
the enemy to say its prayers.
you dispatch an enemy. And so I want those experience points because Wolf won't be sticking around and it's wasted on him.
Yes.
So they're shooting back at me, but there are only 4 enemies on this map always.
Super.
What did I hear?
The other maps will be
Wonder
more
how many
difficult.
lives I've got left after that.
Oh, so an enemy flanked us. That's not very promising. Okay, so
Super.
we dealt with that pretty quickly and effectively, which is great.
What's this? Something's lying there.
So they have loot, we can pick it up now, but there's not much reason to, because after the map is cleared of enemies, we will have everything revealed and we can just take it from a single screen. And I am going to, before we continue, I'm going to drop the backpack, which gives me extra movement speed. Not in real time, but I get more I get to use fewer action points for movement. So there's another enemy and he is somewhere here, always. So we're just gonna go here and peek around.
Time for the enemy to say its
Okay,
prayers.
there he is. Oh, I can't see him if I crouch. It's not good.
Yes.
Now what? Well, I will flank him with Wolf.
Crap. Uh-huh.
He's running away.
Cripes!
Let's go here. And then look down. If you press L and then, put your mouse cursor in a certain direction and then click, you will look into that direction.
Yes.
This game does have field of view. Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Stop running. Okay, and we're done.
Nighty-night.
That's all of them. Nothing left but funerals here.
Now we have to go deliver the letter from Enrico, which we have in our inventory here. And we deliver it in this house here to some woman who will take us to the Rebel Alliance. Just give it to her.
Who are you? What is this? A letter from Enrico Civaldori. He has not forgotten us. We had given up hope of ever hearing from Enrico again. Who would believe that someone living in the comforts of exile would care about this dismal country? Very well then. Follow me. Do not make any quick moves. Miguel's men will be nervous. You do not wish to intimidate them. The Drana has brutally bombed and attacked us for over 2 straight months.
So Dedrana has bombed them. This game was made in 1999, like I said, before drone attacks. Probably, these days it wouldn't be such a big deal. So this is the loot screen. You get it by right-clicking on the sector, and you can see there's our backpack and also a gas mask, which I will take because putting it on doesn't have any disadvantages, and also some ammo, which I will also take, but I don't need that ammo. The gas mask is useful because later in the game enemies throw gas grenades, mustard gas grenades and so on, and those can be very nasty. We are going to leave this sector and go with her to the other side. There she is. I will just make contact with the rebels and then recruit one of them, and I will end this video because the next step is somewhat difficult. We have to get to the next town, and you can see here the green, actually the blue, the blue bar represents how rested we are. So we have to...
Why have you brought
Oops.
them here? Have you lost your mind, woman? You bring death to all of us.
They have been sent by Enrico Civaldori. They're here to help us, Dimitri. They must speak with Miguel. I would never bring them here without proof of this.
In respect of your husband, I take your word. We will go down. But if you make mistake, Fatima, you will die with them.
Well, that wasn't nice.
Do not move, and no one will die.
Fatima say they are here to help us. She say she have proof, Carlos.
Enrico has enlisted mercenaries to aid us in the struggle. I have a letter addressed to Miguel. It is signed by Enrico himself and contains details of the night we helped him flee Auruco. Details only he would know.
Enrico? Salvatore? Most suspicious. I question his reasons.
I do not. Let me see this letter.
Here.
It be true. Enrico has sent men to help us. On behalf of my rebel force and the people of Arulco, I welcome you. We are very much in need of your aid. Diana wishes to remove Omerta from the map of this country.
She is evil, a driven bitch.
That will do, Ira. I am sure our friends have heard of her nature. If not, they will know soon enough.
Doubt she'll get far, Miguel. We're ready. I'm gonna take that crown right off her head personally.
I have lost over 30 men in the last month. My force is down to the people you see here. But I do have a few trusted people living in the Arulco countryside. The people of Arulco would overthrow Diana with pleasure, but they live in fear of her, and rightfully so. She be heartless and brutal. She has robbed our country of its money and its soul. Getting their confidence be our biggest problem. The people must feel we are capable of defeating her. Yet, without their support, we cannot. We are missing soldiers and equipment. You could not have come at a better time.
We are short of food too, Miguel. We need safe passage to Drazen, or more people will die.
Yes. Carlos be my close advisor. He is right. He usually be right. Making a safe route to Drazen to get supplies be a priority. If you can remove Diana's forces from your path, there is a priest in Drazen named Father Walker. He be a drunk of poor judgment. However, he will be sympathetic to our situation. Find him, and tell him no more than you need to. I will send others to fetch the supplies he will gather. I wish you luck, and express my gratitude.
Okay, so this is the rebel hideout, and we can hire this one.
I'm Ira. I came to Arulco 5 years ago as part of an effort to supply humanitarian aid. I soon realized the only aid they needed was in getting rid of Diana, by whichever means possible. All right. I could be of help with some of the ins and outs of this country and its people. But I must tell you, I'm not a professional like you guys. I'm
That's
afraid my
okay.
marksmanship is a little weak for a soldier. Miguel used me mostly as a medic and a lookout. Anyways, I'm sure we'll make out okay. Let's get going. I'll lead the way.
So you can get her at the start, and the rest will join you after you have taken some towns. The rebels don't cost any money, they're free, and they are on your side forever. And they're not that terribly good, but they can be trained to be better. So, if you listened, Miguel wanted us to go to Drasen to set up a supply route, but we won't be going there, and the reason is that in the game one of the mines will dry up. So here's the Drasen mine and the others, and this one gives 8,000 per day, but this one gives only 2,000. So if we go here first and wait until this mine dries up, we will only lose 2,000, whereas if we go here or here, we might lose 8,000 or 20,000. So it's always a good idea to go here first. It's also, I think it's a bit easier to go here. If you go here, the Adriana will launch a very large counterattack, and it's difficult to handle that. So there's us, the 3 yellow dots. Ira only has a little gun. She is a medic, like she said, and she will be quite useful. So, if you have also noticed, here we have the time. It is now 7 and 9 minutes, 7 and 10 minutes. We started when? We started at 7, right? So this clock advances in real time, or very close to real time, whereas here you go in 5 minute, 30 minute, or 60 minute intervals per second. So there's actually a cutscene that plays in 5 minutes, so I'm gonna show you how to fast forward a bit. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna play this and then I'm gonna stop, because we have to get to this place, to this town, and we have to do so rested. We have to get there rested, but there are enemies in the path, so I have to test it out a bit. I've done this once before, and I got here and my men were completely exhausted, and I just couldn't continue. I couldn't, I delayed for too long and I aborted. So we're gonna watch this cutscene and then we're gonna end it, and then next time we're gonna take over this town.
This better be good. Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness, but one of our North patrols has been attacked.
Elliot, you idiot! We crushed those rebels in Omerta! How can it be?
From what we have learned, Your Majesty, the rebels seem to have some sort of foreign aid, commando types. We speculate they arrived on the helicopter that was spotted earlier.
Commando types? What sort of commando types? From where?
They may be hired mercenaries, Your Highness. There weren't many.
What? How would the rebels get the means to recruit mercenaries? Well, no matter. Send me their bodies for examination.
The rebel party seems to have used the element of surprise to their advantage, my queen. They defeated us.
Send my troops to the location at once.
Yes, Your Highness.
So that was the evil queen. We'll be seeing more of her. I don't know if I'll show the cutscenes, because it's more of the same. She hits him, she gets upset, things get increasingly desperate for her. So we are going to save the game. And that's